This is Brummy with Fusion My Way. In the past couple of videos, I've shown how to make a simple box, and then I showed how to fill it to clean up the edges and the sides a little bit. I'm going to show a quick video, I hope, with just another way to create fillets. We'll use the same format and the same size box, just a little bit different way of constructing it. We start off by creating a sketch from our main menu, and I always like to start on the top plane, so we'll go there. Our box was previously 100 millimeters long and 50 millimeters deep. In our previous videos, I had extruded these by hitting E on the keyboard for extrude and extruded at 40 millimeters. But before I do that, I'm going to hit cancel here and go back to my drawing. You can see I'm still in the sketch mode on sketch 1. And we'll draw the fillets as part of the sketch. To do that, we go up to our Modify tab, and we use the fillet tool there, which can be used on drawings versus objects. So we'll click on fillet. You can see the line here turn blue. We'll start by clicking that one, and then clicking the one next to it. We can see that it defaulted in this case to 12 millimeters. That's okay, we'll change that. And now we click on the second one and the third one to this side, and finally we come back around to the top. We can see our fillets are now made here. That shows a radius of 12 millimeters. Recall that we were wanting 2 millimeters, so we go over here and we can see that it's showing 12 millimeters. We just make that 2. And now what we'll do is we'll go back up to Modify, and we will actually, let's go ahead and extrude this. So our bottom in our previous example was 2 millimeters. We press E on our keyboard for extrude. It highlights the sketch that we're going to extrude. And let's just make the bottom of it right now. And let's say 2 millimeters. Now we can go in here and we can create a new sketch on top of this one. So we go back up to our top menu, create sketch, or from the drop down, create sketch, and we click on the surface that we want to create our sketch on. We're still looking from the top down, and now we'll use the offset tool under Modify. So I have a shortcut here, but you can go to Modify and Offset, and we'll click on this, and since all of these are filleted and our selection is chained, we can click on this, and we can see that that moved it out 1 millimeter. Well, in this case, we want to come in 2 millimeters so that we have 2 millimeter walls. So we'll go -2, and we can see that we now have this shape in here. So we extrude this. Well, let's click -2 millimeters first. Okay. And now we can go in here and we can hit our fillet again. We come here and select this line, this offset line, and this one just like we did before, clicking through each of them. And it's on 11 millimeters now, but we want that to be 2 millimeters again as well. So now we have that. But we have a problem. We look here, and this looks wider from here to here instead of the 2 millimeter wall width. What I did was I didn't account for that whenever I drew the original sketch. So I'm going to go ahead and hit Finish Sketch here. Now I'm going to go back to my original sketch, and instead of this radius being 2, I can double click on it, since I've double clicked down here in our history to get back into editing the sketch. I can go back up here, and let's make that radius. Recall we had to add 2 because our wall width is 2, so 2 plus 2 is 4. We hit 4. Now let's finish the sketch, and that looks much better. If we zoom in here and use our ruler to measure, we want to measure from this arc or this radius to this radius, and we can see we have our 2 millimeters. So we can close that, and now we can go back Let's get back to our normal orientation by hitting our home button up here in the upper right hand corner. Now we can press E for extrude. Our box was originally 40 millimeters tall. We have 2 millimeters on the bottom, so we need to extrude this 38 millimeters. And there we have that. And then if we go back in here, just to clean up this bottom edge a little bit, recall from the previous video that it creates a sharp corner when you 3D print it. We can just put a slight chamfer on that. Select the chamfer tool from Modify in the top menu or from the drop down, either one. We click on the edge that we want to chamfer. Because all of these corners are filleted, it's going to select the entirety of the object, the bottom of the object. And then we can go 0.6 millimeters. And here we can see that chamfer we put on. So that's just another way of drawing a box. I prefer this in many cases, but for something quick and easy, it's easy enough just to do what we did in the previous video. One last thing, F for fillet on our keyboard. Let's put a 2 millimeter chamfer here in the very bottom, just so it matches what we did before. Let's put it as a setback, and we go 2 millimeters. Select our area to put in our unit, 2 millimeters, and we're done.